Hi everyone, so let me explain about concrete cover. And this slide is prepared by Dr. Siti Razia Abdullah and me, Dr. Goh Wan Inn, will present this slide. So what is concrete cover? So actually concrete cover refers to the distance between outside of concrete until the middle of reinforcement. So you can look at this beam, you can see that this is a cover, okay, cover here, okay, is from the outside to the middle of reinforcement. Okay, and you can see these columns is from the outside to the middle of reinforcement. So why do we need concrete cover? Okay, so everyone, you please give an answer, okay, and then write in the comment in the section below and use your own words and do not copy paste from Google. So the formula based on the sections 4.4 in EC2, which is a Eurocode 2, C norm, okay, C nominal is C minimum plus the C deviations. Okay, so where C mean shall be provided in order to ensure. Okay, so you can refer to section 4.4.1.2 in Eurocode 2, okay, which is for the self-transmission of bond forces. Okay, C mean for the bond, okay, the protection of steel against corrosion, which is also the C mean for durability, and also an adequate fire resistance, which is for the fire. So the C deviation is an allowance which should be made in the design of deviations from the minimum cover. So it should be taken as 10 millimeter and is permitted to reduce to 5 mm if the fabrications subjected to a quality assurance system. Okay, so C mean, the formula here is when you have C mean from the bond, C mean from the durability, and C mean from the fire, or either the 10 mm deviations, you must choose the maximum. Why you have to choose the maximum? Because when you choose the maximum, it means that this C means will be able to sustain for this C mean bond, durability, fires, and then the deviations. Okay. So C mean, okay, due to the bond, okay, you can refer to table 4.2 in Eurocode 1992, which is the EC2 -11. Okay, you can see the arrangement of bar is the minimum cover C mean. So let's say here you have this, you can look at this beam, you have 2H12 and 2H16. So which diameter you have to choose? Okay, so you choose the larger diameter. Okay, and separated is according to the diameter of bar. Okay, and then the bundle is equivalent diameter. Okay, and then if the nominal maximum aggregate size is greater than 32, C minimum bond should be increased by 5 mm. Let's say your aggregate size is greater than 32, then you need to plus 5. Okay, so to determine the C minimum for durability, first we must know what is the structural class and exposure class. Okay, so for the structural class, we have X1, X2, X3 up to X6. And exposure class, we have X0, XC1, XC2, XC3, XC4, and up to X3. Okay, so the structural class here, okay, for the structural class just now, for that, okay, we can refer to the design working life category, which is from the Eurocode 0, okay, table 2.1. Okay, so for first is for 10, which is the 10 years design working life, which is for the temporary structure, and the design working life category 2 is 10 to 25, which is replaceable parts, example like gantry, girders. Okay, and then the third class is 13 to 15 years, which is 15 to 30 years, which is for the agriculture and similar structures. And class 4 is 50, which is building structure and other common structures. So normally, if for the common structure, then we will use this one. Okay, and if for number 5 is for monumental building structures such as also bridges and other civil engineering structure. Okay, so you need to refer to the design working life category for the durability. Okay, and other than that, we have the exposure class. So here is only the example from the table 4.1. It's not all, but there are still a lot. So you can go through the table 4.1 for more categories. So here example for the corrosion induced by carbonation. So we have XC1 up to XC4. Okay, so you need to refer to this for the exposure. So you can see that, okay, the simple rule is you need to see the concrete cover, okay, and then when the concrete cover, when the C structural class increase, okay, concrete cover will increase because you need to last for more years, okay, and then the exposure class increase, the concrete cover will also increase because the exposure more exposed to the environment. So you can see that we have, let's say you have CX1 and CX5, you have 20. If it's only for temporary structure, then the cover is only need 10 compared to 20. So you need to check which is the C minimum durability for your structure. So C nominal for fire. The recommendation for structure fire design is considered in Eurocode 2 Part 1-2. Rather than giving a minimum cover, the method used is based on a nominal exit distance A. The exit distance is the distance from the center to the main reinforcement bar to the top or bottom surface of the member. So A, the value of A must be greater than C norm D link plus D bar over 2 because the air here is this value. Okay, so it must be plus the half of the D bar. Okay, half of the D bar plus the D link and the C nominal. Okay, so A is refer here, actually A you can refer to table 5.5, 5.6 and 5.8, but here I only put table 5.5. Minimum dimension and exit distance for simply supported beams made with reinforcement and pre-stressed concrete. Okay, so you can check 5.6 and 5.8 in the Eurocode. Okay, so A must be greater than C norm plus D link plus D bar over 2. Okay, so C norm is equal to A minus D link minus D bar. So C norm is also known as ASD minus D link over D bar. So what is ASD? ASD is A plus 10 mm. Okay, so you can see that where you can get the air. Let's say here is standard fire resistance. So if you here you have R30 up to R240. So when R30 means it will last for the fire resistance for 30 minutes, and this is up to 240 minutes, which is equivalent to 4 hours. So you can see this, the value for B min. Okay, B min is 80. So what is the value of A25? Okay, so you can check this. Let's say you want to last for 30 minutes and then your B minimum is only 120, so your A will be 20. Okay, and then ASD is A plus 10 mm. So I will explain the example later for this. So determine the concrete cover for this beam, okay, with design life 50 years, fire resistance 60, R60, XC1 exposure class, and B bar diameter is 20 mm and D link is 8 mm. Okay, so let's solve the example 4.1. So here is the example for this beam. This is a B, this is a hash 250 times 600, design life 50 years, R60, XC1, bar diameter is 20, and then the link diameter is 8. So we start with the minimum concrete cover regard to the mold bond. So this is C min for bond. Okay, so C min bond here is 20 mm, which is the diameter of bar. Refer to table 4.2 clause 4.4.1. So you can see that this is the table 4.2. Okay, 4.4.1 here. So separated arrangement of bar, so is diameter of bar. So diameter of bar here is 20. Okay, so you will get 20 for C min for the bond. So minimum cover regarding to durability. So C min dure is 15 mm. Why? Because it's structural class X4 And then for 50 years, refer to table 4.4N. Okay, so 4.4N is here. Okay, you can see that here. So it is designed for class S4, and then it's for 50 years. S4, and then it's for 50 years, and then S4, and then it is for XC1. So XC1, and then X4 here is 15. So C mean durable here is 15, like how you refer to the table 4.4. So minimum requirement exit distance A for R60 fire resistant is 30 mm. So from table 5.5, okay, table 5.5 here. Wait a minute. So table 5.5 here. Table 5.5. Okay, the A for R60 for B mean is 30. So R60, you can see that here is R60, and then the B minimum here is 250. So R60, and then here is, we go to the, here the B minimum is 250. So within here and here, so we take this value instead of 35. So we take 30. Okay, so 30 mm. So minimum is 250, which is greater than 200 mm. So no need increment. So we take SD is 30 mm. Okay. So next, okay, so the minimum concrete cover regard to fire is C minimum fire is ASD minus D-link minus D-bar. So just now from the table we refer 30 mm. So we minus the D-link 8 mm and minus the D-bar 20/2 means is 12. So by compare C minimum due to the bond, due to the durability, and due to the fire, we get 20, 15, and 12. So what we have to do now, we need to take the maximum. This 20. So C minimum here is 20 mm. And allowance is designed for deviations. You can refer to 4.4.1.3 in BSEN 1992. Okay, so C deviation is 10 mm. So nominal concrete cover, C nominal is equal to C minimum plus C depth. So it's 20 plus 10 mm. So it's 30 mm for your structure. So basically it's easy. You remember C nominal is C minimum plus C depth. So C minimum, you need to have the C minimum for bond, durability, and fire. You compare the value and take the maximum. Plus 10, which is from the C deviation, then you will get the C nominal value. Okay, so thank you for watching.